Hello and welcome to Brew Tapcast. I am Tap here, your host, for another deck during the Zendikar Rising Early Access event sponsored by Wizard of the Coast. We are also sponsored by Athletic Brewing. Thank you very much, Athletic Brewing. You can use coupon code BTC25 for 25% off your first order at athleticbrewing.com, where you can get delicious non-alcoholic craft beers like I'm enjoying myself a delicious New England IPA right now. So go ahead and check them out, and you'll be glad you did. All right, so let's get into this deck. This is a pretty janky looking deck. So this is the Landfall tokens deck. I didn't come up with a fancy name or anything like that, and it's pretty rough outlined. And I think I actually want have another one of these phylats in here. We're gonna put that in right now. So basically, the point of this deck is to get have some Lotus Cobras on the board. Maybe have some Brushfire Elementals. And particularly maybe some Scute Swarms on the board, and then basically play a bunch of lands. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that with, and also have a Phylath on board as well, with a Nahiris Lithoforming. So this is going to allow us to sacrifice all our lands, and then play that many lands. They all come into play tapped, but we're doubling our mana for Lotus Cobra. And if we have an Ancient Greenwarden out, we can be playing those lands right back out of our graveyard. So we slam them all in the bin, we slam them all back, we actually double our mana that way, fix any color we want, and then basically just try to go to town. So even if we don't draw any lands from the sacrificing of those lands, we can still play them out of the graveyard. Or we just have enough mana or enough way to generate enough mana to play the Greenwarden, and then we can play them out of the graveyard. So that's sort of like the plan of the deck, and then it's just a smash. So we have these two copies of Tuk Tuk Rebel Fort in here, because the Scute Swarm is going to be making a whole bunch of Scutes that are little 1/1s. We want to give them haste. We want to smash in. We also want to have Moraug, Fury of Akum in here, because with all those landfall triggers, you can just basically just have a whole bunch of combat phases, and each of those Scutes are going to get a +1 each time they attack. So it's looking pretty fun. And I think this card works as though I do. And we're going to try it. So that's the deck. I'm pretty excited about it. I want this to work because I just want it to work once. That's all. I just want it to work once. And I think it might. So let's get into some games here with our janky Landfall tokens deck. Don't play the Landfall aggro deck. Just don't. It's not very good. This is the Landfall deck that I think you should be playing. There's another one that does other things, but it's not what I thought it was. But this one looks a lot of fun. So I'm hoping it works out. And I did not put a Shadow Spear in it. It is without Shadow Spear. Thank you, Dragon. All right, here we are. Blacker Lotus. That is our opponent. All right, we go first. I think we can probably make this work. I'd like to have some green land or red mountain sources, red sources, but we don't right now. So we'll try to make it work. I also don't like having a Akum or Moraug in here, but what are you going to do? All right, Mirror playing against a counters deck. Let's play out our Cobra. We'll pass the turn. So really any land drop will help us fix because we can cultivate here. Yep, Selesnya counters seems really good. This deck seems really good. We're going to block if you attack. I block. We don't need the Cobra right now anyways. No big deal. Just going to miss our land drop. That's not the land I needed, but it's a land. It's the land. It's not the land I wanted, but it's the land I needed. All right, now things are going to go poorly for us, I think. Yep, 3/3, attacking for 3. Probably want to stomp that bad boy next turn. All right, they also missed a land drop. They missed a land drop, not also missed a land drop. So let's go ahead and stomp. If we Lotus Cobra out, we can cultivate. We can't. No, so we just got a Bone Crusher. This is just going to go too fast and too far for us, so we just got to kind of go for it. Hopefully they're stuck on lands. Well, this is going to become a 4/4, and it's just going to be literally tearing me apart. I don't... Oh, God. Yeah, we're not long for this world. Good thing we killed that guy last turn, am I right? Holy smokes. Alright, what do we got off the top here? What do we got? That's not what I wanted to say either. This is so bad. I think we just have to stomp something again. Yeah, we're not gonna win this game. Depending on what they play, we stomp. We're probably gonna stomp the other Luminarch before they go to combat, but we'll see what they do. No, I didn't give me a chance to respond. I guess it is at the beginning of combat. I don't know why. I guess, yeah, you go into combat. So it was before we went to combat. Yikes. All right, so if we Lotus Cobra, it's just too late, though, right? It's just too late. Red. Red. They cultivate. We just go to 2. We didn't have trample, right? We're totally dead, though. This has got trample. They should have been pumping that guy up. I don't know why they weren't. Okay, so I don't think we can find our way out of here. They're gonna probably fight something just so we die. Because you fight both, even. Well, you can't fight both. You can fight one. Fight the brush fire. And go to combat. Put a counter on the Stone Coil Serpent. 5, 8. Yeah, so we have to block here. We go to 1. And then we just die, I think. Yeah, Scute Swarm ain't gonna help it. Because of the trample. Unless we can go Scute Swarm. Six or more lands? We can sacrifice 1? That's so bad. That's so bad. It's so bad. I feel like this deck has promise, but that just didn't help. Because they just have to... They just got to attack. Yeah, it's good game, man. You totally got this. You totally have it. Like, just play it out. Like, there's no way you're going to not win. You could slam all of them right now. Like, I don't even think that was even necessary. You just put the counter on there, and I literally can't do anything about it. Well, that was fun. So I think this deck's a lot of fun. I don't know if it's very good, but I want to keep playing it. So I think we're going to go back. We're going to tweak it a little bit. I like the Scute Swarms. I don't think we had any problem with the color of mana in our deck necessarily. Maybe we go up to a 4th Fabled Passage, though. Maybe that fetching process is actually helpful. Oops. So let's try that. Let's go to that deck. Let's go up a Fabled Passage and down a Triome. And then what do we like? What else do we like here? Xul's Fury seems fine just because it's a land when we need it to be. I like the Scute Swarms. I like the Lithoforming. Maybe we not want another Cultivate. So we're playing 21 lands plus a whole bunch of other lands. So I'm going to leave it like that. Yeah, let's leave it like that. I mean, let's leave it like that. All right. So maybe that won't actually matter too much as far as gameplay goes, but it is the thing that we want to do is have another mana or land that can actually create 2 with a Lotus Cobra out. And theoretically 3 if it is a different one. Power Dragon, another guy I've heard of before. All right, so this seems like a good hand to start with. I like this. We can search up a land, so I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Let's go ahead and play a mountain. Pass the turn. I don't love if this was like another Lotus Cobra, that'd be pretty cool. We'll see. We shall see. Hey, Dragon, he's got his little dragon over here. Just for you. Fabald Passage. Play our Forest, play our Cobra. Don't love having a Warden either, but we'll see. What colors are we playing against? Even though they're playing, we are playing too, but they're playing. I play the wrong one. This guy.
Nope.
Should be playing Evolving Wilds. I mean, come on, guys. It's the best card in the game. Come on. I know it's not in the set, and that's why I'm forgiving people from not playing it in the early access stream, but come on. Come on now. Okay. Okay. Brushfire Elemental. So if we play a land, they'll give us 2. We can stomp it. Make him discard 2 cards. I'm okay with that. Oh, no, we can't. Oops. Because it doesn't track through our turn. We'll just make him discard now. They get to discard, which is fine. This doesn't get countered. It just, gets to still attack. So I do like that it taps. All right, so next turn, we can Beanstalk Giant. That'll net us 2 mana. If we have a land drop, we can cast the Bone Crusher Giant. And then we're just trying to get off to the races. The Brushfire Elemental will get pretty large there. You can see is it 2? It's 1, 2. We'll see these 2. That shows the combo sort of idea what we're doing anyways. Power Dragon. Oh, Zendikar. I do love the symbols like Warrior, Mage, Rogue, Cleric. That's so good. Or maybe this is Cleric and that's Mage, or Mage and Cleric. I don't know. Cleric, Mage, whatever. They took the Greenwarden. Pass the turn. All right, Cultivate. Gives us a land drop. So that's going to produce 1, 2, 3. So we can get both things out. Cultivate for forest and a forest. Forest goes on the battlefield. green. Get our Bone Crusher out. They want to block with their Seasoned Hollowblade and discard a card. I am more than happy to allow them to do that. I hope they don't have another acquisitions expert. You couldn't kill it anyways unless you have some sort of pump, which you might have one. I don't know. Another Shadow Spear guy down. Okay, that's fine. We don't lose our creature, which is fine. So next turn, we want to try to go. Maybe we're going to try to be greedy. We're going to try to Beanstalk Giant next turn to get a land drop. See what else we can do here. Let's go get the mountain. So that's 1, 2. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. It may have set us back a little bit. Doesn't matter, we can't actually use it. So if we draw land next turn, we can theoretically play the Warden and then start playing stuff out of the graveyard. They probably really like the cards in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They have that +2/+2. Wish that wasn't a tap land. We could have tried to shock the Hollow Blade. Planes. All right, well, hopefully they just run out of gas here. Right? This isn't going to help. They have black and white. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. So they can't do that. So what do they have? I don't know what they have. That's not a land drop. I think we got to make it work. Do I even have any basics left? Oh, it's just going to be 1, isn't it? Yeah, it's just 1. Might as well shock it down. If they want to discard that last card, they can. Then I think we're just kind of like dirtling until we can play this guy. Okay. So it seems like we're at a standstill now. So I'd like to get a land to play the Greenwarden, and our lands are all back online. And it'll be fine. That's not it. That's a Scute Swarm. It's a Cute Swarm, more like. So really, yeah, we want to land, play the Greenwarden, and then we have our another Lithoforming, and then just like sack all of our lands, play all of our lands. That's a land. Play it as a green land. Two, 4, 6, 7. Well, might as well play the Beanstalk Giant here. No attacks. Now we'll Greenwarden, and then... Okay. Is it, though? I don't think so. Not yet. No attacks. I think once we get this guy out, then it might be a good game. All right, cool. I think we're going to be able to do the thing we want to do. We could Kazul's Fury for 8. Actually, no, we're not going to attack. There's no reason to do that. We'll do it next turn. Because otherwise, we're not going to do it. We got to do it next turn. We need... Okay, all right, yeah. So they just drew land or something like that. Maybe we had it there. I should do the math. I should have done the math. They had 5... We could probably just attack with anything. That's 5. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Power Dragon. That was me being dumb. All right, at least we got the whole thing that we were trying to do off once. I'm glad we were able to tick that off the list of doing it. We're going to try one more game, though. That was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed that. So hopefully we'll be able to trigger that whole batch of shenanigans again. So let's jump right back into it. Claim our Thundering Spark Mage as our prize and jump right back in. Let's see what happens. Definitely starting to lose brain power as the day goes on. This is into 6 hours of streaming, so I apologize if I'm making bad plays. These are brand new unpolished decks as well as addled brains playing them. MTG Jeff. All right, we're going first. We got a whole bunch of good lands that we can do good things with. I like this a lot. We have some parts here, so I'm definitely happy with this. Let's go ahead and play this as our land. I feel good about this match. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay. All right, so this turn we will play the mountain out. There's no combination of 4, though. That's the part that's annoying. Right, this will net us 1 mana. I guess we can shock the Lotus Cobra, right? All right. So next turn we can Scute Swarm, play a Pathway. Next turn, Fabled Passage. Well, it depends on what we draw, really. I think that's what matters here. What if they're doing the same thing we're trying to do here? I wonder what their end game is. Bet you they're not playing Bone Crushers, because that's weird. Yeah, so theoretically, okay, that's fine. You can brush fire all the time. Okay, so what do we want to do now that we have the brush? We can get the Scute Swarm down. All right, so next turn we will Fabled Passage. We'll play the Brushfire Elemental, Fabled Passage, crack Fabled Passage. Hopefully, we have something to use the mana for outside of just creating Scute Swarms. It's a cool looking insect, huh? Wow, that's really cool, actually. It's all like weird and slimy because it just popped out of its thing. Kind of hairy, which is a little weird. Kind of love it. Pretty, huh? I think so. We have to block. We're going to block with our... Okay, so they're playing the Landfall aggro deck that we were trying to play. Maybe theirs is a lot better because ours was bad. Like, very bad. No red, so they can't Akum's Fury. They can mutate. Okay. It's going to beef up the Brushfire guy. To 5, which I will happily double block here. Oh, I can't double block. No blocks. All right, so we don't have like the stellar thing next turn. What I'd love to see is Lithoforming off the top, maybe. That would do some good stuff here. To us. So that can, if they landfall, a thing gets exiled and it can just shoot us. So if they have something huge in their deck, the 4 is not huge, but they could also try to play it, but they don't have the ability to play it. Okay. Uh-oh. We might die here. Land and land. Okay, we're not dead here. That's game then. All right, well, that didn't do what we wanted to. We went off with Scute Swarm, which I like because that's kind of my kind of jam there. I like Scute Swarmings. That's it's a fun card. I like that. That's good. I can dig it. I can dig that card. All right, let's wrap this deck up and then move on to another one. I'm glad we didn't play Shadow Spear. That's all I'm saying. Alrighty. Dip decks. Landfall tokens. All right, so I had a lot of fun with this deck. I think it's definitely, it could probably get some tuning. I think part of the thing that I found that was inefficient about this deck is if you don't have cards in your hand. I know, ironically, it might be you want to play less lands overall and more basic lands. But in any case, I found it difficult to sequence in the sense of, like, cool, you have your Lotus Cobra, you go and you cultivate, you get some lands, and then you can play something else afterwards. And I found that I didn't have a lot to play. And I think it's because we're jumping straight from 3 all the way to 6. There's no 4 and 5 drops in this deck. And I think that's part of the problem, is that you don't have anything that you can sort of ramp into. So I think you could probably use a 4 or 5 drop or a couple that might work their way into that. So when you're ramping with your Lotus Cobra and maybe, your Fabled Passage or your Beanstalk Giant or your Cultivate, you can, in addition to getting value from like Scute Swarm and maybe like the Brushfire Elemental, you can get some other extra bonus before you get up to Moraug, Phylath, Ancient Greenwarden. But otherwise, it was a lot of fun. We got the combo off of having a Lithoform and an Ancient Greenwarden and playing a bunch of combat steps and all that kind of fun stuff. So definitely fun to play. It's a pretty expensive deck, but I think it was a lot of fun. I definitely would suggest playing it if you can. All right, that'll be all for the video. Thank you again to Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring us in this early access event. Much appreciate allowing us to be a part of it, play, and have this stocked account. And also our sponsor, Athletic Brewing. If you're looking to have some non-alcoholic craft beers that are delicious, look no further. Use our coupon code BTC25 at athleticbrewing.com for 25% off your first order. Can ship right through the mail, so it's really easy to do. All right, with that, we will say goodbye, and don't forget you can only outlast as a sorcery.